Morning.
Hey, top of the morning to you.
Top of the... Big day today. We're gonna finish the upstairs walls, double top plate, set a couple of these little girder trusses that the big trusses will butt into over a section before the crane gets here. We're gonna build a deck. Arlo and Jamie are gonna finish the stairs. We're gonna sheet some of this. I don't know if we'll get all that done, but that's what I'm hoping. What you working on, Jay?
Just hand nailing some top plates. I feel like I'm back in the 60s with no tools.
Yeah, it's good for you. Now we got a stack of studs, and I didn't mention it yesterday, but it's sort of an art form to figure out the order in which to build all these walls to where the walls you have built and stood up aren't in the way of the walls that you still have to build and stand up.
So I took Jason's suspenders and just switched the clips on the belt, and we're gonna see how long that takes to figure it out.
Hello. It's all fun and games, buddy. You wait. Oh yeah. Wait till you reach in for a screw and grab a handful of peanut butter next time you go for in your belt.
Here's something I always do. If I have a door that's going to be just out of a corner, I always put a double king stud, then a jack. That way if they use 3.5 inch trim, you don't have to rip the piece of trim into the corner because it just doesn't look as good.
I'm installing the treads and risers in the unfinished portion of the basement. These are just made of framing materials, yellow pine 2x12s. Now yellow pine has a strong grain in it, soft and hard grain. Oftentimes it can guide a nail to pop out the side of the board. So we don't want that in our steps. We want no nail pops, all right? So let me show you what's going on here. Here I have a simple stair, tread, and riser mocked up. If you don't know, that's the riser, and this is the tread. Now when I shoot a nail through the top of this tread, when it hits the board below, these grain lines right here can very easily direct the nail to pop out. So it's critical that I orient the grain to slope towards the back of the board. So this will be the face. If a nail pops out the back, no big deal. If it pops out the front, guess what? It's ugly. Nobody wants to see that. There we have the first little run assembled. You can see while I was assembling this, I used a generous amount of construction adhesive on all surfaces that make contact, nailing them with a lot of air pressure because this yellow pine is hard. Next thing, I got this platform to do. I'm gonna plank it out with some 2x10s, and then here we go, up to the main level.
We got your pro tip of the day. Don't listen to the boss because he doesn't look at the plans. And don't take any measurements from him because they're all wrong. Pro tip of the day.
Not
right
true.
there.
Ever walk all the way across a job to nail something and then you realize you grabbed the gun that wasn't even plugged in and you tried to shoot it?
Never. I'm a real carpenter.
Here's another good tip if you're nailing double top plates. I nail just to the side where the studs are so I don't shoot into the nails that are holding the top plate to the studs. And I also don't get in the way of people drilling for wires and stuff by nailing somewhere out here. So your electricians will like you if you do that. That is all the walls. I'll probably fly the drone up so you guys can see from the top. And we need to double top plate the rest and also brace everything so it's rigid until the trusses get set on. And that will be what actually holds it rigid permanently.
Jordan! Oh, wind caught it.
Oh.
Wind caught it, bro.
What were you gonna do if it went in there?
Nothing.
You You must have played baseball.
Dude, I'm a 5'6" white guy. You think I play a lot of basketball?
You never know.
With no athletic ability at all.
Did you guys see this? It's a ladies' room.
That's why I don't use it, bro.
Usually while we're nailing these plates, we'll start at one end and just work it to the other end so you can keep them flushed up on the sides. Otherwise, it's really hard to flush them up. So a lot of hammers have this nowadays, but my hammer also has a trick up its sleeve. If you can't reach a spot, boom.
Or you just do this.
Yeah.
Nice hammer trick.
It is Friday afternoon, but we got to lay these plates out. The crane's coming Monday, guys. 2 foot on center. You can pull from either end because it's a 36. It's an even 2 foot. So you can hook that end either way. 2 foot OC. Get her done.
Speak English. What?
Lay out for the trusses. They're 1.5 inches wide. Another thing I like to do before we set the trusses is just go around with a big level, check that everything's plumb, and check that everything feels rigid. Like if you shake the walls and they move around, that means you need a diagonal brace to hold it where you want it until the trusses are set and attached to the top of the walls. One last thing we're doing up here is checking the exterior walls that they're straight and that they're braced straight. If we set these trusses on and screw them down or nail them down with the walls being curved or bowed or anything like that, they'll be curved and bowed forever. So we got to get them straight, then we put the trusses down. Hey, Jono, leave that one. Go to the next brace down, needs to go out just a little bit. I'm talking like 1/4 inch, and I think we'll call it good. Pull in a little bit. Yep. We're laying out this wall. You can do a couple things. If you lay out a couple studs, then you hook on edge, you would do what you call set ahead. So you would actually mark the 24 and then 1.5 inches past. That's called set ahead, what we call set ahead. You could also do something different if we actually pulled this down, and now if we pulled this down and we centered the 24 like that on our layout, then from there on out you would also center on 24. 2 different ways to do it.
So we packing up?
Yes. Our last task for the day, since we're using a crane, we can go and put the sheeting on these Gable end trusses and also build the overhangs and put them on. I've even seen people put the siding on. We don't have the siding here, so we're not going to do that. This will save a lot of monkeying around on ladders to do this now. We're going to snap a line here to put the bottom to, because you can see the sheathing sticks up a little from the top of the wall plate. Yeah, go and check the stick up on that side. 6 and 15? 6 and 15. Okay.
So they're having a meeting of the minds in there. Meeting of the wizard swords. Who wants to do it one way and the other one wants to do it another way. Bro, they ain't never gonna get done. I think you and I should just go in and do it. It might not be right, but it'll definitely be faster.
That's always the way it is between them two.
Thank God Eric doesn't even care. He just gets it done.
Yeah, he didn't even break out the plans today. I think it's the 2nd day in a row not doing it.
And see how it gets done?
Due to the wind zone here, you cannot do more than a 1 foot overhang without an engineer stamp. So that's what we're doing, 1 foot overhangs. We're gonna do this ladder style where we build the overhang and then screw it to the face of the truss, and then it's done. In many cases where we have larger overhangs, we use outriggers that lap back into the truss system, 1 or 2 trusses that give the overhang much more strength
if it's larger and needs more strength.
Woo! We're done, man. Time to go get a beer.
Nope, we gotta do that one.
Come on!
Ready to fly. Now let me tell you, technically we should have flipped this truss and done it, but we didn't. And that's because now the painted end of this truss here will be opposite of the rest of them. But these are all symmetrical trusses, and hopefully they are symmetrical. All right, let's go build that deck. Well, that's a wrap. It's Friday. We're gonna cut out of here a little early. We didn't get everything done, but that's okay. We did get the upstairs walls done, and we're ready for the crane for Monday. That's what matters. Thanks for building with us today, and we will see you next time.
I'm in the office on Monday. Hey, because you said there's a crane coming, right? Yeah, I'll be in the office.
See you, Jono.